Dear Diary, the world is drastically changing. And what should I do? The honorable judges, staff participant, and the internet viewers. My name is Nabila Rizky Aryani from University of Sriwijaya. And I'm going to tell you about my speech entitled History Makers. History. History is probably a whole story, like an Indian movie. Well, let's take a real example for the explanation of history. Now, this is a worldwide self-performance, and you are focusing on the words that I'm delivering, especially through a video. And you can either be somebody with an identity and a profession that I can't even guess. Well, after watching this video will be the part of your YouTube history, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, is all of our action recorded out as a history within our daily activities? Well, you can say yes. But since we all have a story, would it all be written out and afterwards told everything? No, we can't do that because we can't mention the details completely. I'll give you an example. Did you remember what you wore yesterday? Well, especially last week? No? So do I. I bet 99% of us would not remember that if it's included as a history. So history remains a memorable moment. The day we cry, the day we feel joy, the day we were frightened, etc. And what does the majority people want? That's why, as a student, we start to realize that we need to be somebody for the nation. And this is our chapter. Sadly, we aren't strong enough to give for the nation because during quarantine, we rather use the days that we have for useless actions like wasting time on social media, do weird things on TikTok, chat here, there, gaming, etc. We were a destroyer than a hero. So, what should we become for the nation? Well, first, independent. Now, the 30th of September passed, right? The day of our 7 heroes who struggled for their lives for Indonesia. Although they were actually in a deep well covered with mud and blood, but their actions still remain for Indonesia at the Pancasila Monument. They have already run their role for Indonesia's generation. And us, as a student, as a member of an institution, and as a hero, are you ready? Well, it starts by here. You don't need to help the doctors on the hospital. You can start by making a plan or a project, by creating a website, blogging, open a donation for others' needs, and many more. Then you can shine in silence. Second, intelligence. Now, we are very lacking here because what we see in social media, we felt very awful for the students at school back in 2019, just from the first appearance, that they have already obeyed the rules of clothing discipline. And we actually have a small chance of hope for them to at least think or use their brain in their lessons or even in problems that's happening right now. For example, an online learning education, in a new system of national exams, and etc. That's why intelligence are actually very important for them. And then they start to realize when the day of the test comes. The online university entrance exams, the civil workers entrance exams, and etc. They then start rushing studying to catch their dreams. But where were they before? And that's why you have to remember that the sooner you start studying, the better that you will be facing at the future. Because sometimes we forgot to. We actually enjoy the time that we have. So from all those that I explained above, independence means responsibility and discipline on building your character. And intelligence is a platform for your basis in your lives. That combining both of them will definitely create a perfect youth for Indonesia's History 2020 chapter. And therefore, we are actually remain as a history, the part of Indonesia's history, because that will last very long, and not only on ourselves, but also the people who will feel grateful for our existence. And that's why we were born to make history. So let's gain our victory together as Indonesia's history makers. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.